All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to our Taiji Cao practice series, where we're working on developing and integrating the foundational movement patterns that are necessary for furthering our Taiji practice. In this lesson, we're going to focus on a small and simple movement that is often called playing the lute or playing the pipa, which is a Chinese instrument, stringed instrument, sort of similar to a lute. And it is called this due to the hand position being similar to holding an instrument. But what we'll be doing in this is creating a downward plucking down energy that is designed to be catching an attack, catching a limb, and dragging it down. Now, the energy of this movement is a closing downward sort of motion, and we're going to be showing how to develop the patterns for this and how to incorporate it with shifting the weight and balancing. So, as always, before we start, make sure that you have done some sort of warm-up routine, some sort of stretching exercise in order to get the body open and moving, the fluids flowing, the muscles warmed up. Anytime you do any sort of exercise practice, always make sure you're warmed up first to minimize the risk of injury. And once you've done that, once you're ready to go, we start as we always do, feet parallel, standing upright, and we begin to breathe into the belly. And we begin to gradually sink and relax the body, dropping the weight, the energy through the bottoms of the feet and into the ground. We want to make sure that the weight is balanced 50-50 between the 2 feet. We keep the crown suspended, the neck straight, and the body sinks and hangs down. The skeleton hangs down from the crown. Allow the spine to elongate, stretch. Hips will lightly tuck, knees lightly bend, shoulders and elbows drop, arms hang to the sides. And as we begin to breathe into the belly, let the breath expand the body. Feel that expansion. It will cause the arms to naturally open up to the sides. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Relax and breathe. Feel the expansion of the breath. You want to settle like this for a few moments, grounding and sinking the energy, drawing our awareness into the body. Once we're ready, begin to drop the weight through the right foot, shifting all the weight onto the right. Remember to keep the hips straight, the body upright. Don't let the hip jut out as you shift the weight. All the weight to the right, so we can bring up the left toe and step out to about hip to shoulder width, whatever is comfortable for you. Set the toe down, then we set the heel down, stretch up through the right leg, over to center, and drop the weight down, sink and relax once more. Knees and toes facing forward. Sink and relax the body. Take as long as you need to breathe and to settle. And then once you're ready, we begin. Inhale. Arms float up on the breath. Roll over. Exhale and sink. Press down. Remember to keep the lower body weighted, anchored, sunk into the ground, connected to the ground, drawing energy up. Inhale, rolling the dantian. Shoulders and elbows dropped and relaxed. Floating the hands on the breath. Rolling back, sink. Sink the energy down the spine, roll up the belly, roll it down the spine, back down the legs, into the ground. The breath, the energy, the arms move up, roll over, and sink back down, while the legs, feet remain anchored, connected to the ground. The balance of the ascending yang and descending yin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Roll back. Exhale down. Now for this movement, we're going to be combining this same up and down pattern of our commencement movement, but we're also going to be adding in a rotation from the waist, the dantian area. So as we come up, first, we're going to go to the right side. We're going to allow the left arm to go up just like we have been doing. The right arm, we're going to have the elbow go back, turning with the waist as we turn to the right. Now remember, you want to keep the feet anchored to the ground. We want to keep the hips straight. We want to sink, when we're shifting the weight to the right, we're going to sink into the gua, into the right inguinal crease. And we're going to turn and rotate from the belly, not from the hips. So as the torso turns, the right elbow will go back. So the right arm follows the turning torso. The left arm stays on track forward. Turn. And remember, as we come up with the arms, keep the lower body down. Don't rise up the whole body. Don't let the whole body come up. Only the arms are coming up. Inhale, up. Exhale, back to center. Rotate the waist back to center. And as we do, turn the palms like we're about to grasp something. We're going to grab and catch something. Or like the name of the movement, play the lute, play the pipa. We're going to hold the instrument in our hands. So come up, back to center, and the hands are going to press together and pluck downward. So we're closing, grasping, and moving downward. So let's do this again. Inhale, rotate, moving into the right gua, moving the weight to the right, rotating the waist to the right. Arms come up on the breath, relaxed, shoulders and elbows dropped. Turn back, put the palms toward each other, sink down to center. Now make sure the palms are on the same plane in a relationship to each other. So we don't want them too far apart or mismatched like this. Palms need to be on the same plane so that as if we were holding something, as if we were grasping an instrument, or in the case of the fighting applications, if someone's throwing a punch or a kick, we're grasping it and bringing it down. Inhale. Back to center. Remember to bring the weight back to center between the two legs. And drop the palms back to the sides to our starting position. Now we'll do the other side, to the left this time. Inhale up. Exhale. Sink down. Feel the breath and the energy plucking down. Closing of the torso, closing of the obliques, as we're compressing and bringing that energy down in front of the body. Inhale, right side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. To the right. Exhale, back to center. Remember to keep the body relaxed. You want to feel the breath and the energy flowing up and sinking down. But keep the body rooted. Don't let the body come up. Bring down. Rotate from the waist and back to center. Remember, the arm moves with the waist. As the waist rotates to the side, the arm moves to the side. As the waist rotates back to the center, the arm moves back to the center. So the arm is staying relatively stable here, actually. It's just moving with the waist. So we don't want to be moving the arm independent of the waist. Remember the concept in Taiji practice: when one part moves, all parts move together harmoniously. We don't ever want the arms just moving by themselves. The power is coming from the internal, from the core of the body. As you start to become comfortable with this, as you practice this for a time, we're going to start moving the weight a little more, shifting the weight more. This time to the right. Shift the weight so that the weight is more to the right, so that you can bring up the left heel. And then set back down. Remember, even as you're bringing up the heel, don't let the body come way up. Don't rise up like this. Keep the weight rooted down. Just shift it from side to side. Bring up to the toe and back down. As you start to gain comfort with bringing up the heel, you can gradually start coming up higher with the leg, so that you're not just coming up off the heel, but you're coming up all the way onto the toe and back to center. Remember to take it slowly. Only go as far as you're able. Don't push yourself beyond your comfort. Don't risk falling or injuring yourself. But as you gradually gain balance, we can start advancing, bringing the foot all the way up. As we come all the way up, step out onto the heel as we bring the palms back to center. So this, we get the full form of the movement where we're shifting the weight all the way to the right, bringing the left foot all the way up to the toe. Then as we come back to center, we're stepping out, touching the heel to the ground, the weight fully on the right, the rear leg, the left foot empty, touching the ground with no weight, palms together, drawing down. And whenever you're doing this, what side you're doing it on, you're going to have the upward palm over the leg that is going out. So whatever leg you're sticking out, that's going to be the palm that's on top. So we're going to the right. Shift the weight, rotate the waist. Step out on the heel and rotate back to center. Closing down the obliques, closing the torso, sinking with the breath, the intent, the energy. Then we draw back. Balance the weight, left side. Shift the weight, step out on the heel, press, and close down with the palms. Back to center. Balance the weight. As we're doing this, make sure that your knee, that your legs are maintaining this pong, this expansive energy. Don't let the knees bow in. Don't let the legs collapse in. We always want to maintain a strong, rounded, open frame. Now, as you progress up to this full form of the movement, it's excellent for developing the strength in the rooted leg. Your thighs will definitely start burning as you practice this a lot. And the balance to be able to move smoothly, shifting the weight. You want to be able to shift into the right gua, load all the weight, smoothly bring up the left foot and set it down empty on the heel. This ability to smoothly move the weight around is an important, vital part of Taiji practice. Let's do another round here, then we'll pause for this video. Shift. Rotate back to center and press. Bring back to center. Balance the weight. Shift into the left. Back to center and press. Remember to keep the back leg straight. Don't let the hip come out. Press. And back to center.